Hello everybody and welcome back. So I picked up this 2004 Yamaha Raptor 660r a long time ago, a while back. I wanted to ride it, but when I took it out for a ride for the first time, first thing it did is threw me off the quad. I luckily caught myself perfectly fine, but the quad rolled a couple times. So what I figured is when I bought it, the guy that sold it to me didn't tell me about some issues with it, with the suspension and everything. So guys, it's been sitting here a while. Let's see if she'll start. I kept the key off so it doesn't drain the battery, but let's try starting her up. So as you guys can see, there are more issues I just found when it runs. Spray's cooling out of here. That's not good. You can overheat your engine, blow a head gasket like that easily. Also, it smokes quite a bit. But I think that's due to it being cold and on choke. Also, I noticed it makes a weird noise, and there's a huge crack right there. And yeah, this needs a lot of work. Let's take it into a shop and find out what it still needs. Also guys, check this out. I'm gonna try to move it. It doesn't feel normal. The suspension just stays up like that. It feels really loose. Here, straight. Now look at the tire. Very sideways. And that's super dangerous because when you're riding it, you can't feel it. And you land, and the same thing will happen that happened to me. The quad will go sideways and it will roll. So guys, let's start taking it apart and seeing if we can come up with anything. Okay guys, so with this thing off the ground, I can see actually more. So I noticed that right there. Look how much free play it has when I move the wheel. These have a lot of free play. Just look. Yeah, it's not normal, and it's also for both sides. That's pretty bad. Also, look how loose this rear chain is. It's very loose. I can take it off with my hand. Also guys, when I hold the wheel still, here on the bottom, look how much free play the wheel has. Or the bars. Have that much free play. So guys, let's get this disassembled. Okay guys, so I took off. This is the upper control arm right here. Needs to be replaced. This bottom one right here is good. So take off this side. Alright guys, so I took this side apart too. So this one right here is loose. This one right here is actually bent. So this one also needs to replace the lower control arm. So let's take them off. Okay guys, so I pulled off that front bumper to get better access to these bolts with the power drill, so it'll be easier to unscrew them. The process of pulling off the front bumper, snapped a bolt right here. Somebody cross-threaded it in there with the power drill, so there's no way I could do anything else but snap it. Okay guys, that bolt is really stuck on there. So it doesn't want to come out no matter how hard I hit it, so I won't deal with it. So I just got the head cut off the nut. Let's see if it'll come out pretty easily. And this was the roughest bolt I had to take out from control arms before. Okay guys, so pulling off this bottom bolt right here on the lower control arm, I ran into the same issue where it does not want to come out. And I'm not even going to try the heating method. I'm just going to go straight and cut it off. I think that is due to these welds right here, because I think this has been snapped off the frame. It's obvious that it's been snapped and somebody just welded it back on. So I think that's why it doesn't want to come off. But let's get it cut off. Okay guys, so I finally got it out by doing a lot of cutting. I'm gonna hope none of those bolts on that exhaust are rusted, but it looks pretty rusty. So first thing you gotta do, take off the seat. First time I'm gonna actually be looking under here. To be honest, it's pretty nice. So, one air filter for 2 carbs pretty much. Before I go any farther, I actually want to make sure it still starts, just for the fun of it. Yep, it starts. You guys can also see just those flames coming out where the exhaust leaks. It's not good. So I'm gonna start pulling it apart. I pulled apart one of these before. Pretty simple. Plus like half the hardware is missing on here. This will be pretty quick. So let's do it. Okay guys, and the only other thing that's holding it besides those 2 bolts is those clips right here. There should be 2, but I'm not sure. Yep, there's only 1. So let's pull that only clip out right there, slide this out, and the plastics will just slide out forward. And also guys, since this thing does have a coolant leak, let's check the coolant. So the next thing let's do is pull off this gas tank. So it's 1, 2, and 3 bolts, 10 millimeters, and it just comes right off. Okay, and under here there's a nice little cover that I need to pull off. Gives you better access. So right here's another cover. Under is the carbs, and oh wow, there's a zip tie right there on the air boot. Huh, never seen that before. So guys, this exhaust here is pretty much rusted through. So I'll probably have to get a new one. But I gotta somehow get it out because it's like stuck up here. But I'm gonna try. Okay guys, so I managed to slide this out without damaging anything. So I got this little flathead, put it in through this hole, gave it a tap with the hammer, and it slid right out. They put this thing in crooked, and over the years of it running, like heat, it just got stuck in there, but I managed to break it free. So let's take it out and hopefully, I don't know, I can maybe, I doubt, but maybe try welding it up. If not, just buy a new one. Okay guys, so I'm gonna try welding this up. I'm not even 100% sure what kind of metal this is, but I'm just gonna give it a shot because I'm probably gonna still buy a new exhaust. Might as well try. So as you can see there, yeah, I'm not good enough to weld this. I'll just order a new exhaust for this. Also, what I'm wondering, since this is like a dual like header, if it's like possible to get dual tips for this thing, that'd be pretty cool. Also guys, I'm debating about the plastic color because my secondary color is gonna be black, but I'm not sure if I want to make the plastics red or blue, or red or white. So red with black or white with black. So let me know what you think, and see you guys in part 2. Also consider subscribing and please leave a like. See ya in part 2 of this build.